This video will show you exactly how to gain a supernatural ability to attract what you want with the law of attraction. I'm going to share with you a process you can apply today in your life that can radically change the way that you think, the way that you feel, and the way that you are being so that you really get the results that you want. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a concept and idea that makes it easy for us to know how we can push outside of the natural thinking that we have, the natural thoughts that we have, the natural feelings that we have, so that then we become supernatural with our ability to attract what we want using the law of attraction. Now, this information in this video is coming from a book that I recently read by Dr. Joe Dispenza. It just came out recently. It's called Supernatural, or it's about becoming supernatural. And it's his newest book. It's a little bit more esoteric than his other books. His other books are mainly on neuroscience, understanding how quantum physics fits into how we create our own reality. He's a really good author if you guys want to check out the book. And this is a book that I'm only about halfway through, but there's some ideas in there that I think are just amazing. And I wanted to share them in this video. Now, understand that when it comes to our ability to attract what we want, of course, as I say in almost all my videos, it has to do with our beliefs of what we believe our ability is. If we believe that things come easily to us, then guess what? Things come easily to us. If we believe that we have to, go through all this resistance and all this heartache in order to get what we want, then guess what? That's our belief, and that's going to be reflected back to us. But on the other side of it, what we must know is that our habitual thoughts, our habitual emotions, our habitual actions, what we call our habits, our behaviors, are constantly running our life experience. Now, think of it like this. Our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions are what creates our personality. Our personality is continuously making our personal reality. I'll say it one more time. Our personality creates our personal reality. So our personality is something that we normally think is fixed, but our personality is actually something that's just been habitualized. It's been so repetitively done that it's become a part of who we are. And normally there's this negative connotation around it, right? We're like, oh, you've changed. That's a bad thing. And I always remember this one quote from Jay-Z where he say, like, when he first got real successful and real famous or whatever, people would come up to him and be like, bro, you've changed. And he was like, I forget exactly how the quote goes, but it's something like, you think I worked my ass off this hard to get where I am to remain the same? It's the same kind of mentality. If we are focused on becoming the best versions of ourselves, we're going to change. We must change our habitual thoughts, our habitual feelings, and our habitual actions in order to get new results in our life. So the first key to this is to throw away the belief that says that change is bad, understanding that our personality, who are we? If we change our personality a little bit and we start to become successful, we need to start to understand that success is something that can be modeled. And in order to model it, we have to break the habit of who we're used to being. That's the title of one of his other books. Now, the way that supernatural comes into this is understanding the simple idea of how to break beyond barriers that we have to the habitual thoughts we think, the habitual feelings we have, and to also the habitual actions that we take. Now, in order to gain supernatural ability, we must break through the natural feelings, thoughts, and actions that we have. Now, this sounds kind of self-explanatory, right? But the idea is that in the uncomfortableness of going beyond it, that's where the magic is. We must push outside of the unknown. If we always do what we've always done, we always get the same result. It's very predictable. Most people are so comfortable with doing the same things every day. I have to catch myself sometimes. Sometimes I'll do, now my life consists of making YouTube videos, creating, an online website, and creating and learning how to create products and add value in digital ways. And I'm so focused in front of my computer, I'm like, dude, I gotta get out sometimes. I gotta go out into the world and just get out in new environments and push myself to do new things. So it's something, I get it. Like, I understand that sometimes it's not the easiest thing to do when you're on a certain path or on a certain mission, but the idea is that to really break outside of our old identity, that's what's necessary. Now, our identity runs our life experience. Our identity is filled with our beliefs that says, you know what, I can attract this and that, but I can't attract that. Or these things come hard to me. Those beliefs are all attached to our identity. Now, in order to break outside of it, in order to become supernatural, we must step into the unknown. We must trust the process, and we must learn how to go beyond our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions. These are the Trinity. These are what we need to focus on. So In order to do this, what we must do is push ourselves with repetition. Now, this isn't something that sounds as easy, like that easy. It's not like 7-minute abs. It's not like we just do this once a day and it's like we're done. Now, there are certain hacks. You know, one of the hacks is subconscious mind reprogramming right before you go to bed. You know, I've created a free MP3 for you guys that's in the description box that shows you exactly how to increase your feelings, your emotions, and how to start to associate pleasure with taking action. That's something you can listen to right before you go to bed, and that will profoundly change your life and the way that you view the whole process. So there are hacks to understanding how to do that. You can find that in the description below if you want to download that. It's absolutely free. But understand that there's hacks for it, but it's something we have to repetitiously do. You see, the habits of who we are being, the thoughts, feelings, and actions we have are so natural to us. They're just a part of who we are because we've repetitiously done it so many times. So the key to this is, first off, awareness. Where am I? Where do I prefer to be? How do I prefer to be? Knowing that that's then going to be the reflection that we get. So what we then focus on is we focus on pushing ourselves outside of those thoughts. So this is the powerful thing about visualization, is the brain many times doesn't know the difference between what we imagine and what is actually happening. So because of that, we can create, using visualization, powerful benchmarks for branching outside of what we've experienced before. And what you want to do for this, by the way, another simple hack for this, is when you visualize, don't visualize it like you're watching a movie of yourself. Visualize it as if you're looking through your own eyes. Now, the reason this is because it's much more relatable. It's something that you really internalize rather than external visualization. You're using internal visualization, and that's where you're able to really generate the feeling from within. So use that process. Create new reference experiences in your head that are just outside of your comfort zone. So, for example, if you've only been able to make maybe $25,000 to $30,000 to $40,000 a year, and you want to make $80,000 to $100,000 a year, what you do is you imagine the kind of things you could be doing. You imagine it as if it's through your own eyes. You imagine different scenarios you could be in. You imagine the kind of action you're going to have to take. You imagine certain opportunities that could come into your life. You visualize it, and it's outside of your comfort zone. You know, it's not what you're used to. And then what you do is you do that in visualization, you generate the feeling, and then as you go into your daily life, you branch outside of the actions that you normally take. So if you're normally like, you know, I'm afraid to, you know, put myself out in front of this business, or to go apply for this job because I don't know if I'm worthy or if I can really accomplish it, you push yourself to go apply for it. You push yourself to do things. And as you start to branch outside of those actions that you would normally take, you're being beyond the just natural part of the process. You're going supernatural. You're starting to branch outside of it, which will then cause new feelings, new emotions, and then with that will come the beliefs that are also important. So realize your supernatural ability to attract what you want is all about branching outside of the habitual thoughts that you have, what you think is normal, what you think is natural, and doing that repetitiously. Do it over and over again. This isn't something that you just do once. This isn't something that you do for a weekend or for even a week. This is something that becomes a part of who you are being. You must train yourself into becoming a new personality, and as you do that, you change your personal reality. Your personality is constructed of what you think, what you feel, and what you do, and as you do things that are beyond what's natural, as you think and feel things that are beyond what's natural, you will then start to tap into this new level of being. Remember, we can only create things that are new when we step outside of our comfort zone. If we always do what we've always done, it's going to be the same result over and over again. It's predictable. It's something we're certain of. Some people love it because it's what you know is going to happen, but you can't create anything new doing what you've already done. You know, that's something I think Albert Einstein said. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Same type of thing. That's what we have to learn to do. To become supernatural, we must get outside of the natural habitualized thinkings. We must push beyond it, do it repetitiously, and as we do that, we find that everything will change. So remember that free MP3 is in the info box that will show you. You listen to it right before you go to bed. It's a hypnosis that will start to rewire your brain towards going in the motion and the direction of what you want to experience in your life. You're going to start to change your self-image. You'll feel that you're a completely new person. That's a hack that you can use, but also take action in doing these things that I talk about because it will radically change your life. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you guys on the next vid. Peace, much love, namaste.